Hello everyone, my name is Gulego Mahlangu. I work as a business development officer at the Center for Entrepreneurship. Today, I will be covering your revenue model, your customer portfolio, your market position. So remember last time when we met, I covered business idea and product portfolio. That all falls under what we call a business concept. So when you are conceptualizing about your business, those are the key areas that you look at. Last week we covered business idea, we covered product portfolio. Today we're going to do revenue model, we're going to do customer portfolio, and if we still have time, we'll just cover market position. Then you'll be ready to go and establish or go and start or conceptualize your own business. Let me go to revenue model. First and foremost, I want to explain what revenue model means. When we speak about a revenue model, we are saying, how do you make money? You should be able to think, whenever you're doing this particular product, how is this product making money for you? You cannot just go and sell products. You cannot, for the sake of charity, you need to be able to be profitable. Any company that has to grow must be in a position to make money. Now, we will discuss a few things. The first thing that I want us to discuss is the revenue model mix. Because you need to know, what are your revenue model? How do you in other way that we use is your revenue streams. How do you make money in the whole process and whatever that you do? Now, there are certain categories that we're going to cover. We're going to cover quite a few. The first one, I want us to manufacturing revenue models. When we speak about manufacturing revenue models, what we mean if you manufacture, if you buy in high quantities, it's going to be cheaper, but you'll be saving. If you manufacture also the things for yourself, you are then in a position to make more money. Then you look at license manufacturing. Some people do not make money in terms of the product, but they make more money in terms of licensing. They can give you the product at a cheaper price, but you need a license to be able to use that particular product. And the license then expires at a certain time. You have to renew that particular license. And that is how they make money. Royalties. You know your franchise model, they look more on royalties. What are the royalties that you're going to pay for you to utilize a particular franchise? So basically you are paying for the name, you're paying for the systems. Then you must look at that. How are you going to make money out of this whole system? Your revenue mix. What is the strategy that you're going to use? You're going to use. Now, the second one is what we call a trade revenue model. A trade revenue model or trade revenue models are things like your wholesale. Are you going to be a wholesaler, or are you just going to be a distribution as a regional agent, or you're going to send your product straight to retail, or people are going to have to subscribe in order for them to get your product, and are you going to charge them for some handling fees? Those are type of your revenue streams that you can look at. Yes, you've produced this particular product, but how are you putting it out there in terms of distribution channels? And whatever distribution channel that you're going to choose, it is also the same distribution channel that will decide on your revenue model. Now, the other one we look at is the service revenue models. So when we speak about sales of hours, I normally speak about your DJs, I normally speak about your MCs. Their rate is based on an hour, or your therapist. They charge you based on hour. That is a revenue model. That's how they choose to make their money. Consultants as well. they charge you based on a session. And then the sales of services. Now here it means the more services you buy, the more money they make. Meaning that you must choose. If on sales of services, you must choose that, okay, I want this service, but there's also other services that I also want. I want catering, I also want deco. People will charge you separately for the deco, they will charge you separately for the catering. So that is what we mean when we speak about sale of services. Then we've got another one we call membership fees. In order for you to belong to this particular group of ours, you need to be a member of this group. That is also another way on how people make money. You need to subscribe, you need to pay a membership fee to prove that you belong to that particular group. Then the third one that I want to discuss with you guys, it is what we call the online revenue models. For example, you need to have what we call an online shop, the product that you want to sell. Do you want it to be an online shop? Are you going to put your product on an online shop? The other one, are you going to make money out of advertising, sales? Meaning that if you go to social media, you create traffic. So when people see your products flashing on social media, people will then come and buy your particular product. That is also what we call traffic, also what we call load generation. When people see more of your loads, those are the type of intervention that we look at. What is your service revenue models look like, or your online revenue models look like? The last one I want to discuss under revenue mix, it is what I call the financial revenue model. Are you going to fundraise your money to be able to start or to run a particular company? Are you also looking at franchising your company? You need to be able to, if you want to franchise, you just holding the rights, then you're allowing other people to come and buy the business from you. Under franchising, are you going to charge for insurance? People, whenever they buy your product, they need to pay also insurance until they are done with their guarantee or their warranty. Those kind of things those are the things that we look at. You are looking at to finance the business. If you are in the space of business development, do you want to finance the business in order for you to get equity in the business? Or do you want to lease? If you have premises, you're going to make money by leasing the premises or by leasing the machinery. Lastly, the one that we're going to discuss, the issue of investment. When you take your capital and you invest that capital in that particular business. So when that business makes profit, you also generate profit in terms of a certain percentage in terms of what you have invested. Now, those is what I call the revenue mix. Now, the other one I want to look at, it is your price points. Why is it important for you to know why are you pricing a certain product at a certain price? Now, I want to discuss that slightly. Now, after you've decided on what is your pricing strategy, you go now to your price points. Why that particular price? You look at the type of market of the price. You look at the cost that comes with the product. You look at the quality that comes with the product. You look at the taxes that comes with the product. You look at the psychological factors that comes with the product. You look at the substitute of prices, meaning that before you even price, you must then know where is your product in line in terms of in terms of your market. How does it make them feel? And in what class does it make them feel? So before you can even think about pricing, your raw material, how much did it cost you to produce that particular product, the market itself, what type of market is it, the quality of the product also speaks volumes when you are about to price. You can't just decide to say, look, okay, well, this quota or this, I'm just going to charge 15 rand, and you cannot justify the 15 rand. Then there is something called customer segment pricing. Customer segment pricing, it simply means that you cater for different type of customers within the same product. I made an example in our previous session about a company that deals with poultry, chicken portions to be more specific. You'd find that that particular company has different types of products for different types of markets. Now you've got your 2 kg, you've got your 5 kg, you've got your 8 kg of mixed portions. Those are for different products, for different markets, because people cannot, it's not everyone who needs a 2 kg, not everyone who needs a 5 kg, not everyone who needs an 8 kg. After that, we look at, they sell maybe chicken feeds. That is another product for different type of target markets. They sell necks, chicken necks. Same thing, gizzards, same thing, different type of market, same product. Now, when you develop that particular product, those are the kind of things that you should be able to look at and say, look, this is where I position myself as a company. This is my market. This is how I'm going to segment my market based on products, based on also quality. Now, the second one that I'm discussing is also called volume pricing. You know, you get this, the more you buy, the cheaper it becomes. That is the volume pricing type of pricing. You buy in bulk, it becomes cheaper. You buy less, it's slightly more expensive. That is the type of pricing that we are talking about when we speak about volume pricing. You must be in a position to understand that volume prices means that most of the people, they say, well, no, I'm buying in bulk, so can I get a discount? Automatically, you then say, okay, fine, I will give you a 5% discount on that. It is based on your strategy of selling your product or service. It's based on the volumes, the quantity. The more people you bring, the less it's going to become. The last pricing that I want to discuss, I would want to discuss the time pricing. When we speak about time pricing, we speak exactly about when a product is introduced. It's at a growth phase, it's at a maturity phase, and it's at a decline phase. So meaning, if a product is being introduced, it's simply going to be expensive. I normally make examples with cell phones. When you introduce a new cell phone on the market, it's a new thing. People will buy it at a higher price. At the growth stage, you must slightly now make it slightly less because now more people are going to have it. At the maturity phase, same concept. More people are going to buy it when it's on its peak. Then on the decline phase, now it's moving out of the market. So what you do, you drop the price. That is time period pricing, meaning how to price a certain product when. You normally hear about your 40%, your 50% sales, a clearance sale. That is exactly that. Because this stock, it was for winter, now we are introducing summer stock. So this stock must go. That is what we talk about when we speak about time pricing. Because when autumn comes, we introduce a new stock. When summer comes, we introduce a new stock. So therefore, we cannot be keeping winter stock in summer. So what we do, we price it so that it is in a position so that people are in a position to buy it purely based on the time they buy that particular product. And that is called time pricing. I just want to recap on the 3 pricing. Remember, I spoke about the customer segment pricing. When I speak about customer segment pricing, you look at the type of customers that you have. Then that will help you to understand, okay, this customer needs this type of product, this customer needs this type of product. this customer needs this type of product. You'll be able to cater all of them based on, if you're in a position to segment them. Then you look at the volume pricing. Remember, when I said volume pricing, I said the more you buy, the less you pay. The more you buy, the less you pay. That is basically what it means when I speak about volume pricing. Then lastly, I covered what they call time pricing, or what we call time pricing. You price based on the time or the product cycle of the product. If it's in the introduction stage, it will be expensive. If in a growth stage, it will be still expensive. In maturity stage, it will be slightly less expensive. When it's on decline, it will not be expensive. Everyone would buy it most people would buy it either at maturity or at decline stage. Those are the pricing positions that I wanted to discuss with you. Then pricing points, Then we have what we call pricing plans. You must have a pricing plan. You can't just say now, okay, I've got pricing points, but I do not have a plan. You must know what are your pricing plans. Now, when a pricing plan, normally this is how it works. So we look at few things: your pricing item per weight or per package. That is for per product. So it's like when you go and buy food, some they just put it on a plate and go and weigh it. Then they charge you based on the weight of that particular food. That is one of the pricing plans. The second one, you look at the pricing per item. If you produce a pair of earrings, I'm charging my pair of earrings 15 rand or 20 rand or 35 rand. That is what we call price per item. For a t-shirt, it has its own price. For earrings, it has its own price. Then per package, how it is packaged. Some people, they do package coffee and milk as a package. Then they will be able to price it that way as a combo. Or let me use this word rather than as a combo. That is the type of package that we mean when we say we per package. Now, then when you go to services, then of your services, they are slightly different than products. In services, they normally charge per hour. Remember I said that your DJs, your public speakers, your MCs, normally they charge per hour. If you're going to consult, you say, okay, for my consultation fee, I will charge 300 or 500 or 1,000 rand per hour. Then that is per hour price plans. Then you've got your per day. Some they charge per day. Those in the construction area, they will tell you that no, my water bills that I charge X amount of money per day or per week. Now some they say, oh, look, I charge per event. Some will say I charge per month or per quarter. To say, okay, for me to do this, you'll pay me 600 rand per month. For me to do your invoices, for me to do your books, you'll pay me 1,000 rand a month. That is basically what, there's another pricing plan. The other one is per user. How many people uses? Now, your typical internet cafes, this is what they use. They use pricing per user. So what they do, if one person is using a computer for 15 minutes, it's 15 rand. The next person is 15 rand. The third person, 15 rand. That is per hour. So that is what we mean when we say we are pricing now per hour. Now there's also per incident. Now people who are in the sewing industry will tell you if they must start new clothes from scratch, they will charge you at a particular price. But if they must patch your jean, your top, then that is also a different price, because that the incident it's different. They do not charge by just saying, okay, I'm sitting on the sewing machine. They look at the incidents. Then based on that, they are then able to charge. Same thing with lawyers. Your cases are not the same. Those are the things that we when we speak about price plans, we look at. Now, the other important thing as a business, I know that people will come and say, yeah, we want discount, we want discount, we want discount. And sometimes it's good to give discounts, but a discount without a policy you must then be in a position to be able to develop what we call a discount policy. There are certain, you must know who and how to discount people. You should say, okay, you're always willing to give discounts, or you're looking at depending on the situation, or during the negotiation, or all customers, on customers' request. Yes, you do have a discount. Can I start the slide over this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we've got something that we look at. When do you give discounts? Number one, you give discounts on customers' request. So if you have your discount, some people say yes, they know they are charging 13 rand, but they do not mind to charge something 10 rand or 12 rand. But if you are willing to pay 13 rand, if you negotiate, maybe we can discuss up to 11 rand. They know exactly their profit margins, how much do they want. The other one is depending on the situation. When you see that, hey, this person really needs this thing. So instead of me making my 40% markup, I'll rather make my 25% on this product. Anyway, just one product, and he is in need. Then you give that particular person a discount. Then we look at during negotiation. So as we negotiate, we are able to say, look, I'm going to give you a discount. Now that all of these things that I've just mentioned are purely informed by your discount policy. What is your discount policy saying? Because you need to discount, and you must know what type of discount that you want. Do you want a loyalty discount? A loyalty discount, it's the type of discount, when you go to these other shops, they will give you these cards and say, these are the reward card. That is a form of discount. If you come to the shop with this card, instead of paying 5 rand for this, you will pay 3 rand for this, based on that particular card. That is the one form of discount they choose. The other one is in the form of gift discount, where you buy a gift for your loyal customers, and that forms in the form of a discount to say, look, you've bought this, by buying this laptop, we're going to give you a free cell phone. That is a form of discount. By you buying this TV, we're going to give you a decoder for free. That is a form of discount. That is a gift discount. Then there is something called a cash discount. That is also linked to payment terms. To say, if you pay your money, whatever you owe us within this period, you will get 15% or 20% of whatever you've paid back. That is a form of cash discount. When we say somebody is doing cash discount, that is what we mean. Then we've got the last one, specialized circumstance discount. Cost reimbursement, like for example, if you've paid a trip, and for a trip we are traveling, all of a sudden something goes wrong, they can reimburse you that money, or to say, look, on your next trip we'll give you a 15% discount. That is a special circumstance discount. Then we've got quantity discount. The quantity discount is if you buy 10, you're going to only pay for 2 or for 8. You buy 20, we're going to pay for 15, we'll give you 5 free. That is the type of, when we speak about quantity discount, those are the type of things that we are looking at. Then lastly, I want us to look at price elevation. When we speak about price elevation, when do you know when to increase your price? Because you need to know that you cannot always have one price. At some point, things become expensive, but you must know when. We look at issues such as technology, better quality or service, regulations of government, high product and delivery cost, inflation. We look at adjustment of the industry price levels. Those are all the things that informs you that you can do a price increase. Inflation is one of them. Inflation is the biggest contributor out of them all. Then the issue of high demand. When we speak about high demand, you remember, I will make an example of something that what the retailers did during the World Cup. When the World Cup started, the South African rugby team's jersey was not expensive. Probably it was 300 rand or 400 rand. But as it advanced to semi-finals and finals, the jersey started to become more expensive. It is because more people were demanding to own that jersey. So that is what we mean when you say that is there's a high demand. So they instead of lowering the price, they increase. Now, also you look at your high production and delivery cost. Obviously, if you are producing this water, it was charging you 3 rand to produce a 500 ml of water. All of a sudden, you wake up, it costs you 5 rand. You cannot be continuing to sell it for 5 rand. You must then increase because your production cost has gone high. You look at, you've improved the quality of the package. It simply means if you improve the quality, you put more money out there. And as you put more money out there, it means that you must increase your price. Those are the reasons that we look at when we speak about price elevation. And also, we spoke about the inflation. Inflation, if the inflation goes up, so that your price to be able to become relevant, so that you do not work at a loss. Basically, on pricing, on the revenue model, those are the key elements that I wanted to cover. Remember, I covered your revenue model mix, I covered your price points, I covered your price plans, your discount policy, and lastly, I discovered your price alleviation. Why do you need to, when are you allowed to increase your prices? As I conclude the session of the day, I would want just to cover this last one, so that when we meet again, I will continue with the other ones. Then there is something that we say favorite customers. You must know who are your most valuable customers. Then you take care of them. There is a way that we look at, maybe on the number the number of product that they buy, or the number, how many times do they use your services. That will then tell you that this is your favorite, the relationship that you have with them. You must be in a position to keep those ones very, very close to you, because those ones are the ones who are going to ensure that they come back and they spread a good word about your business. As I wrap up, thank you for tuning in and listening to us deliver this session of our lesson. We hope to see you again so that we are in a better position to continue to empower you. We thank you.